Hello everybody and welcome on board this 1979 Westerly Berwick for a look around her inside in glorious virtual reality. So what does that mean to you? Well, that means you can click and drag or swipe and drag your screen up and down, left or right, and you can look around wherever you like, whenever you like. And we hope this really cool idea will give you a great idea as to what it's like to be on this boat without actually being here. How cool is that? Now, some people are a little sensitive to the camera, the movement of the camera. If that may be you, I will let you know when I'm going to move the camera, and you can avert your eyes, and then once the camera is safely back down again, I'll let you know and you can return to the tour with me. But let's hope that doesn't happen. So, how am I feeling? Well, I'm feeling vintage, I'm feeling class, I'm feeling westerly. It's all in space down here. We've got the usual kind of interior, we've got plenty of wood, we've got a nice bright interior as well, and a really nice high headroom too. So cabin headlining is probably around about 6 feet here, I would hazard a guess, given over because we've got this lovely great big height for the coach roof too, which also gives us these lovely great big windows. So while I'm standing here, I'm actually looking down a little bit through the window. So normally on lots of big yachts we're looking up because we're low down. Here we've got the great view, so if we're cooking, etc., washing up, we can see out the windows nice and easily. How cool is that? The area itself feels nice and bright and airy. We've got a lovely good sized companionway coming down. We have handles either side, and once you're in, you're on top of the engine box where you're sitting, down a couple of steps. One of the steps makes into a nice large cupboard as well, so really practical, nice and easy to get down. All feels really solid. Once you're down here, we've got, so we can make our way forwards via things like the bulkheads. We have a grab handle here, and then we'll be moving forwards this way. So once we get here, not too much to grab hold of, but generally speaking, in a blow you'll be in this area anyway, so not too bad at all. As we come down the companionway and turn to our starboard side, we're into the galley. So great position for handing out the cup of soups, the beans on toast, etc., receiving the empties down, but also passing the dinners backwards and forwards to the saloon as well. Really nicely thought out. And when you're here, you know you can brace yourself against here. There's not much behind you to brace against, so you need to be a little bit careful. And also you're cooking near the companionway as well, so something just to bear in mind. But we have a nice sized galley. We've got a twin burner cooker. We've got lots of chopping space here, which if we lift up reveals the 2 burners underneath here. We have a grill here and a cooker underneath as well, which is lovely. We've got a nice cutlery drawer here, cupboard underneath for all your cleaning gear, etc., water pump, and a little bit more storage underneath here too. So also the cooker is gimbaled for that cooking at sea. A couple of cupboards behind there as well, gives us lots of space there. And in the starboard aft corner you can see we've got fiddled shelves here for your pots and pans, or mainly your cups and your plates actually, so lots of space for those. Nice little sink perched in the corner, and we have a lid here which reveals, which you can't see where you are probably, but a lovely great big fridge in there, which is fantastic for a boat of this size. So really nice and practical. In the port aft corner you can see we've got the nav station, or kind of what was the nav station. It's still here. We've got a lovely great big chart table, which we open like that, sorry, there we go, so room for your charts inside if you're still using your paper charts. We have a VHF unit over there, DSE VHF and a Raytheon unit in the corner, and this current owner has taken away what would have been a large berth in the port aft corner and replaced it with storage. So we have a microwave, we have lots of shelving, lots of storage, etc., which I quite like, and it seems to be quite well appointed and quite well done, so really useful if you're not having lots of storage, lots of people staying on board. Batteries underneath where the mattress would have been. We've got the electrics panel inboard here, we've got the engine saltwater opening isolation valve down there too, so all nice and easy and to hand too. Looking further into the compartment, you can see we have a sofa to the port side here, sofa to the starboard, nice sized berths I think. We have lots of storage behind them, we have lots of storage underneath them as well. Under the starboard aft one there is a refrigeration machinery, and it looks like I've found out that we actually have an opening out double here to be confirmed, so if this makes into a double bed for your guests, all the better. Very nice. We have a very nice wooden floor actually. It's of an age, we can tell it's been used, but I would say that's been replaced or refurbished at some point because it does look really nice. As I mentioned, we've got the nice tall windows here, really lovely. We've got blinds to cover those up if you want a little bit of privacy and maybe a tiny bit of insulation from any cold outside. And the saloon table, if I can just lift it up, nice big saloon table here, clips into place, clips closed, and as you can see when we're open up, we've got a lovely great big saloon table, probably room for 3 to sit here in comfort, 3 on that side, and when we've finished away it goes, no problem at all. And we even have a little bit of storage inside as well for your wine bottles, everybody. Very good indeed. Nice. So all in all, nice area, lots of room for sitting, lots of room for cooking, navigating, good headroom as well, nice and easy to get out of, good access to the front and the top of the engine as well. Right then, let's pick you up for the first time, and I'm just going to transport you forwards and place you midships in the forward cabin. So there you go. I have just taken you past the lobby here, which contains the door to what is a really, really nice and deep hanging locker there. So plenty of room in there for your for either your wet garments, or if you're not wet, your longer garments, etc. And once we're past that, past the door to the heads where we're going, one moment, we're into the forward cabin. Nice and easy to get into. Tiny bit of stoop because we've got the bulkhead here, which will give the boat a bit of a thwartship strength, etc. And finish. And once we're in, and we have here, we've got another big hanging locker there with a window, lovely. That window, incidentally, allows a bit of ventilation through to the hanging locker here too as well, so that's good. Plenty of storage in there. And in the forward cabin itself, nice wide, nice long berth, plenty of room for two for a weekend or longer. You're sitting on the infill here, so we can take that away if we want to stand somewhere and change there. And just looking around, we've got a nice long fiddled shelf. We've got the carpet type in headlining and bulkhead lining. Windows to port and starboard, they're both open. Really light port and starboard. And we've also got a socket down there to allow us to charge our phones while we're in bed. How good is that? Very good indeed. Right then, let's pick you up again, and we'll just go aft again this time. I'll stop here and place you in the heads compartment. So this is where all the action happens, as we know. Nice size compartment. The head height continues through here as well, so that's good. We have an opening window in here, so that's good for heads compartment. We can get into the bilge here. We've got a manual head, storage underneath the sink, storage to the port side, and a good sized sink in the forward part of the compartment. So I think this does everything that you would expect a heads compartment to do, what it says on the tin, etc, etc, if that sounds right. Anyway, let's take you out of the heads. We'll put you back into the saloon. I'll just drop you there, and we'll just finish off this tour by saying thanks for joining me. This has been Tim from Boatshed Yacht Brokers on board this Westerly Berwick from 1979 for a good look around her interior in virtual reality. Do join us on our YouTube channel. We have dozens of different virtual reality tours of all types of boats, from fishing boats to the biggest, most luxurious boats in Brighton. Take a look and see how the other half live. But for now, let's leave you on board this lovely Westerly Berwick, lovely vintage classic feeling boat, and just spend a bit of time on board enjoying myself before I go off to do something else. Thanks for watching, take care, see you soon.